Cristiano Ronaldo, a football legend. So this guy's got over 900 million followers on social media, but his former club, Real Madrid, only have 363 million across their whole socials. So what's the difference and why is that important? Well, it's not just about the numbers here, it's about the power of personal branding. And in this video, I really want to take some time to talk about why people buy from people and not faceless brands. So not until you get to, like your big boys, like your Salesforce or, your Nike or whatever. And I wanted to share how you can use personal branding in your business to elevate your brand on LinkedIn. Now, this is also what we call social selling, and you might have heard that term. So it's just something to be mindful of because some people have heard it, some people haven't. So if you don't know by now, 1.6 billion people are using LinkedIn a month. Like, that's just crazy. And it's becoming a key player in how we do business, from networking to those all important conversations that turn into leads. But as the platform takes centre stage, it brings up a really big question for business leaders. And I want to ask you that question now. Should your teams be on LinkedIn as part of their job? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for using LinkedIn, for the power of business growth. But when it comes to telling your teams that they have to post on, LinkedIn, they have to engage on LinkedIn, I think that's where things get a little bit sticky, and I think we need to be careful there. And this topic is going to be so big over the coming months, and I'm going to do all I can to help businesses through that. So make sure that you keep following me, because I know this is going to be huge, and I'm already ahead of the curve there, and I really want to help you. But back to it. So should employees have a say in this? Well, absolutely they should. It's their profile and it's their voice. And, if I was the head of a big business right now with a big team, I would honestly be seriously thinking about how my whole team can get on board with LinkedIn. Not by force, but through understanding its value and why it's important to them. So I wanted to give you a kind of an idea on why and how you can do that if it's something you're looking into, because LinkedIn is the future. Whether you like it or not, LinkedIn is the future. And having an active presence on LinkedIn, when that's done right, it will open doors for you. It will put leads straight into your inbox, and it will result in sales that are sticky and sustainable sales as well. It will get you ahead of your competitors. It's not just about posting. That's the big thing. And what I will say is that education is so important here, because before we even think about suggesting that our team should be more active on LinkedIn, let's make sure they know how to use it effectively. We should be offering them training sessions or, sharing tips on making the most of LinkedIn and how they can turn, LinkedIn into business. And that will help us turn that reluctance into enthusiasm. And this is also important because you don't want Karen on LinkedIn and using it like Facebook, uploading a picture of her outside QA saying, "Oh, I can't believe this has happened to me," so people can comment, "You okay, hun?" Or worse, John posting something for banter that is absolutely inappropriate for a professional networking platform. Things like that can ruin your brand in seconds. So you need to be really careful. And that's why education here is important. But using LinkedIn will make your team's jobs a lot easier as well. And it will retain more staff. But how? Well, easy. Not many people like making endless cold calls. I've been one of those persons. I've been one of those people, and companies that are using LinkedIn right are getting leads landing straight in their inbox with big companies. And, it doesn't even feel like sales. And that's the beauty of this. Another thing I want to say is you should be recognising and rewarding voluntary contributions to LinkedIn within your company. So that can be a really good motivator as well. So it's all about inspiring participation and not enforcing it on people. And what I'd say is that if being active on LinkedIn is part of your role and you want that to be part of your business's kind of strategy for marketing and people that work for you, we really need to be clear about that from the get-go. So we need to provide guidelines and we need to support our staff and we need to make it easier for everybody to represent our companies professionally. Interestingly, I'm just creating some LinkedIn for Business guidelines at the moment. So if that's something that you'd be interested in, then reach out to me because I can show you where I am and get your thoughts on it. So to summarise, LinkedIn is a powerful tool that will help us grow our businesses, but it's most effective when we all genuinely want to engage and not when we, not doing it because we're told to. So as I wrap up this ramble, I want you to consider this. Cristiano Ronaldo didn't just score goals, but he built a personal brand that exceeded his sport. And in the same way, your team members can become the faces behind your brand. And using a platform just like LinkedIn to make meaningful conversations and drive business growth, business growth is super powerful. So I hope you found this video useful, and I hope it's planted a little seed and given you maybe a little bit more of a newfound enthusiasm for using LinkedIn within your business. But let me know in the comments, and I'm going to finish up there because I genuinely am really losing my voice. But I'll speak to you soon.